Have you ever looked at a woman who walks into a room and commands attention without even trying? The kind of woman whose presence is magnetic, whose confidence seems effortless? What if I told you that the secret to that kind of unshakable confidence starts not in the morning, not in front of the mirror, but deep in your subconscious, while you sleep? Have you ever caught yourself in that moment just before sleep, when your mind replays every mistake, every awkward interaction, every not enough thought of the day? That quiet darkness when your inner critic speaks the loudest? I know I have, and I'm willing to bet you have too. Welcome to the Self-Esteem Affirmations sleep formula that guarantees a confident mind. I'm about to share something that transformed not just my life, but the lives of thousands of women just like you. This isn't just another feel-good video with empty promises. This is about a proven method that rewires your brain while you sleep. You see, there's a reason why so many brilliant, capable women still wake up feeling like imposters, regardless of their accomplishments. There's a scientific explanation for why that negative voice in your head seems to get a megaphone at night. And there's a solution hiding in plain sight, one that harnesses the untapped power of self-esteem affirmations sleep techniques. But before I reveal this formula, let me ask you something that's been puzzling psychologists for years. Why do some women walk into a room and instantly command respect, while others with identical qualifications shrink into the background? The answer isn't what you think, and I promise to reveal it before this video ends. My journey with self-esteem affirmations sleep began 3 years ago, in what I now call my rock-bottom bedroom, the place where I'd cry myself to sleep after another day of feeling invisible, undervalued, and perpetually apologetic for my existence. Tonight, I'm going to show you the exact formula that silenced that 3 a.m. voice of doubt forever. Let me introduce you to Sophia. Sophia was a marketing executive at a prestigious firm. On paper, she had everything: the corner office, the impressive salary, the respect of her industry peers. But behind closed doors, Sophia was drowning. I felt like a fraud, she told me. Every meeting was torture. I'd prepare for hours, rehearsing what I'd say, and then when the moment came, I'd hear my voice shake. I'd make my points smaller, less disruptive. I'd apologize before sharing ideas. Sound familiar? This phenomenon has a name: the confidence gap. Studies from Harvard Business School reveal that women are 16% less likely than men to speak up in professional settings, and 22% more likely to experience imposter syndrome, regardless of their qualifications. But here's what fascinated me. This gap widens dramatically during periods of poor sleep. When researchers at Stanford University tracked women's confidence levels against their sleep patterns, they found that for every hour of disrupted sleep, negative self-talk increased by nearly 30%. This brings me to the first key discovery in our self-esteem affirmations sleep formula. Your brain doesn't distinguish between waking thoughts and sleeping thoughts when forming neural pathways. Dr. Elena Markova, neuroscientist and sleep specialist, explains, the subconscious mind is most receptive during sleep, particularly during the first 90 minutes when you enter the theta brainwave state. During this window, affirmative statements bypass the critical faculty of the conscious mind and directly imprint on your subconscious. This is why negative thoughts right before sleep are so damaging, and why positive affirming thoughts during this period can be transformative. But not just any affirmations work. This leads us to Sophia's turning point. Have you ever wondered why traditional affirmations often fail? Why saying "I am confident" in the mirror sometimes makes you feel worse? The answer lies in what I call affirmation resistance, and understanding this changed everything for Sophia. When Sophia first tried self-esteem affirmations sleep techniques, she failed miserably. I felt ridiculous, she admitted, lying there telling myself I was powerful when I felt anything but powerful. It felt like I was lying to myself. This is where most women give up. But Sophia discovered something crucial that I'm about to share with you. The problem wasn't the concept of sleep affirmations, it was the delivery method. Traditional affirmations create cognitive dissonance. When there's too large a gap between what you're affirming and what you currently believe, your brain rejects the new information. Dr. Markova's research showed that effective self-esteem affirmations sleep techniques must follow a specific formula that aligns with how the brain naturally rewires itself. Bridge statements that connect your current state to your desired state. Permission statements that release resistance. Identity-based affirmations that speak to who you are, not just what you do. Future memory creation that encodes success as if already experienced. When crafted together in the right sequence before sleep, these 4 elements create what neuroscientists call accelerated neural pathway formation. For Sophia, this looked like replacing "I am confident" with "I'm learning to honor my voice more each day," a bridge statement that her brain could accept. She added permission statements like "I allow myself to take up space." She shifted to identity-based affirmations. "I am someone who values her own perspective." And finally, she created future memories. "I remember how it felt when I shared my idea and watched eyes light up around the table." The subconscious revolution. Remember the question I asked earlier, why some women command attention effortlessly while others shrink? The answer emerges from a fascinating study conducted at Yale. Researchers used functional MRI to scan the brains of women perceived as naturally confident versus those struggling with confidence. The difference wasn't in their capabilities or even their conscious thoughts. It was in their subconscious self-image. The naturally confident women showed dramatically different neural activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, and the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making center. Their brains were literally wired differently, not from birth, but from years of subconscious programming. This is where self-esteem affirmations sleep techniques become revolutionary. While you sleep, particularly during REM cycles, your brain consolidates memories and strengthens neural connections. By introducing carefully crafted affirmations during pre-sleep states, you're essentially performing brain surgery without the scalpel. Let me introduce you to Melissa, a single mother and nurse who felt perpetually overwhelmed and undervalued. "I was exhausted all the time," she shared, "not just physically, but from constantly second-guessing myself. I'd lie awake rehearsing conversations, thinking of all the things I should have said differently." Melissa's breakthrough came when she learned the second key principle of the self-esteem affirmations sleep formula: emotional amplification. When affirmations are paired with genuine emotion, their impact increases exponentially. Melissa began recording her affirmations in her own voice, adding gentle background music that evoked feelings of safety and strength. She'd play these recordings as she drifted to sleep. "The first night nothing happened," she recalled. "The second night I cried, really cried, as I listened. By the end of the first week, something shifted. I caught myself standing taller at work. I spoke without apologizing first." Within a month, Melissa's colleagues were asking what had changed. Her patients commented on her assured presence. Her son noticed she laughed more easily. This is the power of emotional neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself when new thoughts are infused with genuine feeling. And this process accelerates dramatically during sleep. The formula revealed. Now, I want to share the exact self-esteem affirmations sleep formula that transformed Sophia, Melissa, and thousands of other women in our community. But first, let me ask you another question. Have you ever noticed how a single negative comment can outweigh 10 compliments? Why we can receive praise all day but fixate on one criticism at night? This phenomenon has a neurological explanation that directly impacts how we must structure our affirmations. I'll reveal this crucial piece shortly. The complete self-esteem affirmation sleep formula consists of 5 sequential phases, best implemented in the 30 minutes before sleep. Phase 1, the release ritual. Begin by acknowledging the day's challenges without judgment. I release today's missteps. They are moments, not definitions. This creates neurological space for new programming. Phase 2, bridge affirmations. Create statements that connect your current reality to your desired state. I am in the process of becoming more confident each day. My voice matters more than my fears. These gently stretch your beliefs without triggering resistance. Phase 3, permission statements. Give yourself explicit permission to grow. I allow myself to be seen. I give myself permission to speak with authority. These disarm the subconscious guardians that protect old identity structures. Phase 4, identity reconstruction. Shift from doing to being. I am someone who values her contributions. I am the kind of woman who speaks her truth. These statements rewire core identity, not just behaviors. Phase 5, future memory installation. Create vivid mental movies of already having succeeded. I remember how it felt when I expressed my idea clearly and watched others respond with respect. Your brain encodes these as partial memories. creating a neural framework for future experiences. Now to answer my second question, why does negativity outweigh positivity? Neuroscientists call this the negativity bias, an evolutionary adaptation that once protected us from threats but now sabotages our confidence. The amygdala processes negative information more quickly and deeply than positive information. This is why the self-esteem affirmation sleep formula must be practiced consistently. A single session won't override years of negative programming, but consistent practice creates what researchers call competitive memory formation, where new positive neural pathways gradually become dominant. For optimal results, neuroscientists recommend 21 consecutive nights of practice, ideally during the same 30-minute window before sleep. The Awakened Woman. 3 months after beginning her self-esteem affirmation sleep practice, Sophia walked into the boardroom for a crucial presentation. But this time was different. I wasn't thinking about my voice or my outfit or whether I deserved to be there, she recalled. I was simply present, focused on the value I was bringing. When questions came, I didn't panic or apologize. I responded thoughtfully. When a male colleague interrupted, I calmly said, "I'd like to finish my thought," and he backed down. That afternoon, the company CEO asked Sophia to lead a new initiative, one she would have declined months earlier, believing she wasn't ready. This is the true power of the self-esteem affirmation sleep formula. It doesn't just change how you feel about yourself, it changes how you show up in the world. And when that happens, the world responds differently. Melissa experienced this shift when she finally asked for the promotion she'd been secretly wanting for years. The words just came out naturally, she said. No rehearsing, no panic, no undermining myself with, "I know I might not be qualified, but..." She got the promotion and a higher salary than she'd planned to request. These transformations might seem miraculous, but they're simply neuroscience in action. When your subconscious self-image changes, your conscious behaviors automatically align. No willpower required. This is why morning affirmations alone often fail. They target your conscious mind when it's in its most alert, critical state. The self-esteem affirmation sleep formula works because it speaks directly to your subconscious when the gates are open and resistance is low. Your midnight metamorphosis. As we come to the close of our journey together, I want to emphasize something crucial. This formula is not magic. It's methodical brain science applied at precisely the right moment, in exactly the right sequence. The change won't happen overnight. Some women notice subtle shifts within days, standing taller, speaking more clearly, making decisions without second-guessing. For others, the transformation emerges more gradually, like dawn breaking slowly over the horizon. But I can promise you this. If you commit to the self-esteem affirmation sleep formula for 21 consecutive nights, following the 5 phases exactly as outlined, you will experience a transformation that extends far beyond confidence. You'll discover what psychologists call identity congruence, that rare and powerful state where your inner self-image aligns perfectly with your outer expression, where you no longer perform confidence but embody it. The women in your life will notice. Some will ask what's changed. Others might feel threatened by your new presence. Many will be inspired to begin their own journeys. The men in your life will respond differently too. Some positively, adjusting to your new boundaries and voice. Others less so, as they sense the shift in power dynamics. But most importantly, you'll feel the difference every morning when you open your eyes. That critical voice that once greeted you at dawn will gradually quiet, replaced by a calm, knowing that you are enough. Not because of what you've achieved or how you look or who approves of you, but simply because you exist, and your existence is inherently valuable. This is the ultimate gift of the self-esteem affirmation sleep formula. Not just confidence in what you do, but unshakable comfort in who you are. Now tell me, what's the biggest self-esteem affirmation sleep challenge you have experienced? Please share your story with us in the comments. And if you know someone else who's struggling with self-esteem affirmation sleep issues, please share this video with them. It might just change their life. I have much more information on self-esteem affirmation sleep, so follow the link in the description for some more fascinating insights on self-esteem affirmation sleep.